Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. Today we're going to talk about these amazing products right here. You've heard me talk about them before. This is Stealth Strips from Stealth Outdoors. Okay, right here. Stealth Strips, stealthoutdoors.com. And these things are incredible. Okay, absolutely amazing. Now, a lot of people think of them as for tree stands, and tree stands are great. My tree stands are covered in them. My sticks are covered in them. We got a lot, I don't do the full thing all over my sticks, but everywhere I need to, they have Stealth Strips on them. They're absolutely incredible. And they actually sell kits for different sticks and things like that. But what a lot of people don't realize is they also sell them in strips that are general use for whatever you need. I have bunches of them. And they're incredible, okay? And they sell them in different sizes that you can see here, different thicknesses. I'm doing different projects with them. But we have different, size pieces, or you can actually get them in rolls like you're seeing here, where you can get them in 3-inch, 2-inch. You can get them in these roll sizes. You got a lot of uses for these. Now, I use them on everything besides my stands, things that you wouldn't think about. For example here, one thing I love about them versus rubber coated stuff is rubber stuff squeaks, okay? There's rubber things that a lot of people will use, bike tubes, rubber tape, and it all squeaks. Even my binoculars, these rubber binoculars, when they're on my fleece vest, sometimes they would squeak, just a slight noise, but I could hear it. And it would drive me nuts when I'm hunting, and I go to shift my weight, and you hear a little squeak. I put Stealth Strips on them. These have been on here now for about 4 years. Okay, those little pieces that you see right there, just little bitty pieces on there for about 4 years now, and they've not moved. They are just there, and look at it. I mean, they're barely rolling over the edges and never moved, and they're flawless. And now, because that's how my binoculars sit against there, I get none of that noise when I'm wearing a fleece jacket. I don't get any of that creaking or squeaking because of those Stealth Strips. So many different uses for these things. It's kind of unbelievable. I'm going to show you a bunch of examples here, but I have them on examples that I don't have handy for me here that I can show you. Obviously, my stands are outside. It's pouring rain out. I'm not going out there right now. But my stands are covered in them. My sticks are covered in them. You've seen that on other videos that I've done. Go look at any one of my reviews on any of that stuff. You'll see it. I also have them on all my pressure washing guns. I'm a pressure washer, and I get that hot spot right up in the kind of the crotch web of the webbing right here. Stealth Strips on there work fantastic. On my monopods, okay, this is one of my monopods that I use when I'm in the field sometimes, and it's painted down here, but where I hold is this part that's not, here, this stuff is all covered up because they're buried in there. See, this leg section is buried in here. Okay, so I don't need to put any Stealth Strips on there, and it can't anyway because it's got to go fit inside that tube. But the part here that's exposed, I do have Stealth Strips on. Not only is it comfortable on my hands, it's also just keeps that from banging and making any noise. Love them. Okay, put them on all kinds of different things. Here, even, to show you an example, couple examples. My tree stand, or I carry my tree stand on my actual pack. It's mounted right on here. My sticks, my sticks and my stand are. They started to wear through my straps. Started, causing abrasion on my straps from being worn there. I put Stealth Strips, as you see right here, around that strap, right up here around that strap. Then on this side, they're right where they go through, right here, Stealth Strips. Right here, right at the spot where that actually connects on, and you can see, I mean, they don't show any sign, but these have been on here for over a year, and I've hung over 100 stands this year, and you can see I have all those on there. They protect that wear and tear. I also have a rip in this pack. I've been using this pack for about 4 years now, or whatever it is, but you can see here, I'm going to zip that actually, but I made a Band-Aid out of it last year, right there, to cover up those rips. I still got another little hole here, but it's too close to the edge to actually repair, but this one was an actual rip. I made a Band-Aid out of Stealth Strips and put it on there. It's been on here for a season, and it has not failed one bit. The reason that I rounded it like that is so you had no sharp corners that could peel up. When you go to take a piece of tape off a roll, you always dig at the corner. Well, if you don't have a corner, it sticks better, so I made that Band-Aid. This thing has held on there like you would not believe. It just, most people don't even know it's there because it almost blends in perfectly, but it works incredible, and it protects all of that stuff. So I use that for everything. My harness, I'm actually what made me think of making this video, I have my brand new harness from Tactisaddle here. This is his brand new 2023 model where I have opposing double-sided poles on here. Okay, there'll be a video coming out on this pretty soon, but this thing is amazing. Well, I like having rings. Okay, I like rings to connect my lineman belt too, because they're just rock solid and I don't have to fight to open a fabric loop up. Not that those are bad, but I like a legit ring. So I found these rings and I actually sent them to John. He put them in here. Now he buys the same ones. You can have it as an option if you want it. But when I get them, they look like this. They're aluminum. Okay, that's how I sent them to him. He sews them in. I put stealth strips on them. Okay, they work incredible. Some people might think, well, those will wear out with your carabiners. Those will get abused. Well, let's take a look at that. Because that's my new harness right here. Okay, the one I'm actually making that I will be using this year. Here's the one I wore all last year. The one that John made for me, and I wore it 100% all the time last year. This is it. Let me pop this through here. But these are the rings that I put on that. They have been on there all last year, and they hung over 100 and probably 130 stands with videos, practice, and everything. Look at those rings. Look at the stealth strips on them. Flawless, not a mark. You can't even tell they've been used, and yet they've been on here for 150 stands. This stuff is insane. Okay, stealth strips are just as good as they get and incredible as can be. So, and like I said, you can get them in these different size strips. I'm also going to do a little test here for you. I'll show you some of the abrasion resistance. But again, stealthoutdoors.com, stealth strips, different sizes. He's got all kinds of different options. They are very, very affordable. Okay, there's nothing expensive about these, yet there's nothing on the market that works as good as them. My entire seat of my tree stand is completely covered with them as well too, and they shed water like nothing I've ever seen. Now, with that said, I was going to show you right here. So I got a couple pieces here. We're going to take these couple pieces. I kind of pulled them off the backing so I could use them to get them to stick to my finger. But two pieces I just cut off right here, okay? We'll just stick one right here. We probably will only use one. But I'm going to put that right on my knuckle, right there. Stick that right to my finger, okay? And get a good look at that. Okay? Now, we are going to take a file, and we are going to just wrench on this. Okay, no joke, hardcore, and we are going to just work this. You can hear it. I mean, I am going to town here. With a broadhead sharpening file. Okay. Sorry, it's probably shaking the whole camera and the whole house here. See that? Look at that. I mean, isn't that crazy? Let's do the end. Finger's getting hot. Okay, how's that for abrasion resistance? Okay, this stuff is incredible. Just incredible. I mean, it's insane. Let's open it up and look at it, where my knuckle was. I mean, isn't that crazy? This stuff is just, I've never seen anything like it. And the stickiness of this is insane too. I mean, you can see this stuff is just the highest quality. It's just unbelievable. It's just straight up unbelievable. I can't emphasize enough how great stealth strips are. So my advice to you, whatever it is that you need or whatever you want it for, buy this stuff. Even if you have no intention of using it on your tree stand or your sticks, buy the rolls. Put them on anything and everything you need. It's like binoculars. I say it all the time to people. I see them without them, and I tell them, you know, people are like, well, I don't need binoculars. I'll see the animal. If you don't wear binoculars, okay, you get by. But once you start wearing binoculars regularly and using them, you'll be lost without them. Okay, I would never step foot in the woods without binoculars. I don't care what I'm doing. They're always on me. Okay, I always have a pair of binoculars on, whether they're these, which are my deer hunting ones, because they haven't made these in years. I've had these for 20 years, and I don't want to scratch a lens or screw anything up. So these are strictly my tree stand deer hunting ones, but I have those Vortex Diamondback 8x32s that I wear hog hunting, that I beat the crap out of. I got my other Swarovski 10x42s, but when you start with binoculars, you'll never not wear them again once you start wearing them. It's the same thing with the stealth strips. once you have these and you find one use for them, one thing, you'll never not have them again. Think about how many people run a lineman belt like this, and they got a carabiner on there, and they're gonna like, oh, I gotta, you know, that they're worried about that clanking sound. Okay, anything like that, put a stealth strip on it. You'll never worry about it ever again. Like I said, there's so many uses that we as hunters need to quiet things down or protect things. This is the way to go. Stealth strips are the way to go. But not only for that quiet factor, as you saw here on this pack, I am using them for protection and longevity of my pack here, and I'm also using them as repair on my pack here, and they work like a champ. Stealth strips from Stealth Outdoors. No, I do not get paid for this. No, it is not sponsored. No, he does not even know I'm making this video. I'm doing it because I believe in this stuff, and because I have all of these. I will never not have a bunch of stealth strip rolls here. If I need more, I call and get more. There's just no doubt about it. I have to have all of these. Okay, they're just that valuable of a tool, and I use them on so many different things. Like I said, half of my pressure washing stuff alone is covered with that. My guns are covered with it. My wands that I hold so that it insulates my hand from that cold. On my longer wands, that's got it on there. So I have them everywhere. Do yourself a favor. Go to stealthoutdoors.com and buy yourself these right here. I'm going to put it right on here for you as well so you can see it. Stealth strips, but you can get them in many different sizes. And from stealthoutdoors.com, there will be a link down below for you, as well as a link to some other great hunting products and things like that. So check it out. Thanks for watching.